In every neighborhood, there's someone who seems ordinary, friendly even, someone you'd never suspect. But sometimes behind the curtains of the nicest homes live secrets darker than anyone could imagine. This is the story of Linda Parker, a beloved neighbor, a retired nurse, and a woman whose hidden life would shock an entire community. A case that began with one missing jogger, but ended with the discovery of something far worse than anyone ever expected. On July 14, 2012, Emily Carter, a 28-year-old teacher, vanished after her evening jog in Brooksville, a peaceful town of barely 4,000 residents. She was last seen smiling and waving at her neighbors, including Linda Parker, the sweet woman who lived across the street. Hours later, Emily didn't return home. Her boyfriend called police. At 11:30 p.m., officers found her car parked near Miller's Woods, just 2 blocks from her house. Her keys were in the ignition. Her phone lay smashed in a nearby drain. And on Linda Parker's porch, Emily's sneakers, blood-stained and neatly placed side by side. When police knocked on Linda's door, she seemed surprised. She greeted them warmly, invited them inside, and said she hadn't seen Emily since yesterday. Her home was spotless. Lavender candles burned in the kitchen. Nothing seemed out of place. Linda even joined the search party the next morning, walking side by side with Emily's parents, comforting them. Everyone said the same thing. Linda couldn't hurt a fly. But then, detectives pulled CCTV footage from a gas station near Miller's Woods. It showed Emily jogging at 7:14 p.m. 2 minutes later, a figure stepped out of Linda's driveway, wearing dark clothing, and followed in the same direction. The footage was grainy, but investigators noted one thing. The gait and build looked strikingly like Linda's. Armed with a warrant, police searched Linda's home. Upstairs? Pristine. Kitchen, living room? Immaculate. But in the basement, behind a locked door, they found something that turned stomachs. A hidden room. Soundproofed walls. A single chair bolted to the floor. Straps on the armrests. Linda claimed it was for storage experiments. A bizarre, nonsensical explanation. Forensics swabbed the room and found faint traces of blood under the paint. It wasn't enough to charge her, but suspicion grew. Days later, during a deeper attic search, they discovered a metal lockbox. Inside, VHS tapes, each labeled by date, spanning over a decade. Investigators played one. The footage showed a young woman tied to that same basement chair, crying, begging Linda to let her go. There were 5 women in total, all reported missing from towns within a 50-mile radius between 2000 and 2010. None had ever been found. But Emily Carter was not on those tapes. As news broke, Brooksville spiraled into panic. Police conducted grid searches through Miller's Woods. On day 10, they found blood droplets leading to a drainage pipe. DNA confirmed it was Emily's. Autopsy reports, when Emily's body was finally discovered in a shallow grave, revealed she hadn't died the night she vanished. She'd been alive for at least 3 days. Buried near her were her journal pages. In trembling handwriting, Emily wrote, She says I remind her of her sister. She won't let me go. Please, if anyone finds this. Linda was arrested on July 28, charged with murder and 5 counts of unlawful imprisonment. Linda's trial riveted the nation. Former patients testified she'd been dismissed from her nursing job years earlier after multiple suspicious patient deaths. Colleagues describe her as strange, controlling, obsessed with discipline. Throughout the proceedings, Linda smiled. She often stared at Emily's grieving parents, tilting her head like she was observing them. And then came the twist. Taking the stand, Linda calmly admitted everything, but not alone. I only did what I was told, she said. When pressed, she leaned forward and whispered into microphone, You'll never catch him. He's still out there. Who was he? Investigators scoured Linda's life. Phone records, letters, visitors, but found nothing. No male accomplice. No trace. As Linda awaited sentencing, police followed up on a tip, a storage unit under her name. Inside was another lockbox. Inside it, a phone logged into a hidden cloud drive. On it were new videos. One showed the same basement chair, but the date stamp was 2 days after Linda's arrest. In it, A young woman sobbed, begging, "Please, Linda, let me go." But Linda was in jail, which meant someone else was continuing her work. The chilling truth? Police never found the woman in that video. Her identity remains unknown. And Linda? She refused to say another word, even after receiving life without parole. Today, Linda Parker sits in solitary confinement. She maintains her smile. She never confessed to the identity of her alleged partner. In Brooksville, parents still keep their children indoors after dark, and locals swear that sometimes they see a tall figure near Miller's Woods, watching, waiting. Who was Linda Parker working with? Was she lying, or is there still a predator lurking in Brooksville? One thing is certain. Behind every quiet street and smiling neighbor, you never truly know who's hiding in plain sight.